everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Grind.
What up?
All right, so today we're going to be talking about the message that we heard from John. He spoke about the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. But before we get into our discussion about the message and everything, we wanted to start off with a game. Yes. And so we live in Hong Kong, and I know, like, people come here for shopping, and there's,
Well, they did.
yeah, well,
They did.
yes, they did until
Years back.
years back. Tell us all about
In the
that.
times before.
The times before, yes. But yes, Hong Kong's known for a place to shop, and then we see a whole bunch of stuff. I've definitely seen stuff on sale. I'm like, whoa, what? Why is that expensive, or why is that cheap? So we figured we're gonna play a version of The Price is Right.
Called The Price is I.
Yeah. And so Dom's gonna tell us a whole bunch, throw out some items, and we're gonna guess the price. We'll see how close we are to it or not.
Okay.
All right. So I think he sent it to us on our phone.
So the first one, it's a Crystal Charizard Hollow Skyridge Pokemon card.
I understood 2 of those words. I'm going to assume this is actually rare and expensive.
Yeah. I mean, if you get the fake ones,
Oh,
probably
here's the
$10.
hint. These are in the 4 to 5 digit range.
Oh,
What?
wow.
In USD.
What?
In US?
Okay, I'm gonna go with 5K just cause 5,000 US.
Okay, I'm going to go 5,001.
I'll go for 5,220.
It's 25,000.
Are you
What?
kidding me? For a Pokemon card. I got into the wrong stuff when I was a kid. Wait, this just says Amazon.
Exactly. So this is 1 share of Amazon.
One
stock.
share of Amazon.
1 share.
One share Amazon stock?
I could Google it.
Don't.
Not fair.
I want to say like $3 US. I don't know. You buy stuff like this? This is clearly when I know.
1,000.
I'll go for 822.
Are you still going with 3?
I don't know. Let's go with $100.
It's 3,200.
Oh, Nathan wins.
On the board, finally.
Dun dun.
Okay. This is used. Okay, this is a red camera. This is used for like Hollywood.
50,000 for me.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 89.
I'm going to say Siggity 1,000.
89.
89.
Yes.
Pet wins
What?
Yeah, buddy.
79,000.
What?
Oh, that's pretty close. Wow.
Perks of having a brother who works. with
Oh,
cameras
boy.
and stuff. All right, next one.
All right, next one is a Tesla Model X.
In Dogecoins? No, I'm just kidding. 60,000.
I'm gonna say it's about the same price as a camera, so about
I'm
90,000.
going to say 40.
Wow. Katrina got it.
Woo!
You're $10 US off.
What?
Yo! Wow.
This is a taco with gold on it.
I'll go for 1,600. 1,600.
1,002.
25K.
What?
Think of all the children
I
in
mean,
Mexico that could have eaten tacos.
But you tell me the
could
children.
feed-
Here's a gold leaf.
you can feed Mexico City with
tacos!
25
Oh my
grand worth of
gosh.
tacos.
Go for $2 in San Diego.
So
Oh, no.
Air Jordans for retro Eminem Encore. That's the full name.
I'm gonna go
That
11K.
helps.
11K.
11.
14 too.
Oh, man, I was going to go for 14.
Just do 14-1.
100, one above or one below.
Yeah.
14.3.
14.
Oh.
Yeah, you get it.
What? No!
That tactic actually works.
It's an 18K.
Wow.
Priceless.
Yes, priceless.
Priceless, right?
Priceless.
Oh, okay,
Thank
cool. Nice. Who won?
I think Rico.
I have no idea.
Or is this like who's lying? The points don't matter.
Yes, exactly.
No, it does. Sorry, I'll hide my competitive spirit. Okay, all right. So that was fun. Yeah, it's just crazy how like some things are just so expensive and some things that you think are not expensive are are expensive or not so expensive. I don't know, but yeah. So back on track talking about discernment. Yeah, first question is this. When you hear the words a rich man, who or what do you think of and why?
Rich man?
Yeah.
Honestly, these days, I think of Jeff Bezos being able to have the money to get an entire Dutch city to dismantle a relic, like a landmark in their city, just so his massive boat can sail through.
What? Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty. That's a.
like it's a 100-something-year-old bridge, which is in the way of a canal, and blocking his boat from getting out of the shipyard because it's so huge. And he has enough money to just pay off the city and make it happen.
Wow.
Wow, that is disgustingly rich.
That is very, very, like, yeah.
Yeah, Rico?
For me, I'm always I would think of NBA players, just in general. Like, especially those who are like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Those, yeah. Those are for me. Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Just because of their lifestyle, I guess, and yeah.
Yeah. My brain definitely went different directions from you guys. I was like thinking Crazy Rich Asians, the movie.
Oh!
Not
Wow.
that far off, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is though, like they make it seem as though they have all this money, but I'm like these are pretty much like people who live in Hong Kong, you know, like regular, like even some of my classmates were really rich, you know. So it's actually kind of interesting. All right, so next question is: do you ever think yourself as being included in the category of rich? Why or why not? I'm gonna say no. I don't include myself in the category of rich.
Yeah, I always think of myself like middle class.
Yeah, average.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
Mediocrity. Just kidding, average.
I mean, it kind of depends for me,
Yeah.
like who I'm with or where I am.
Yeah.
Like sometimes walking around Hong Kong and then going home to where I live, where like I have a roof over my head and you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
then yeah, I do feel rich
Yeah.
in that sense. But
Yeah.
then also when I'm at
When you look at your wallet.
yeah, then I look at my wallet.
It's like
Or you know, when the people in the street try to ask me to buy a flat, I just go, I got nothing for you, bro.
yeah. Do
or
I
if-
look as though I can afford a flat?
Or if I'm somewhere at the football club where I'm like not a member, I'm just like hanging out, then I feel very poor, almost like I shouldn't be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true because like with certain family members you feel a little bit rich because you know you're overseas, you're technically, yeah. But then, yeah, actually you're right. Like, it's like depending on your context, because technically if we look at people living in certain areas of Hong Kong, we're definitely like rich, considered rich. And did John say this that we're considered like living in the top 2%?
Like yeah,
8%.
top 8%.
Yeah.
Like if you have change in your wallet,
Yeah.
And you have a roof on your head.
then you're like in the top 8% in the world, which is mind blowing
Yeah.
Yeah.
to me.
To think that we are living in the top 8% of the world, but sometimes I feel like I don't.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh my goodness, money on the floor. Yes, like I feel rich now. The Lord provided. But
Even for me, actually, when John Dulip was talking about this message, the first thing that came in my mind is that I am rich in a way that because I have friends. Like I have really good friends. Because he was
you have
comparing.
really good friends.
Of course.
You have really good friends, including Dong.
Yes.
You raise me up.
So because he was saying that for the rich man he had like a lot of friends, but
Yeah.
as Lazarus, he was with dogs
Yeah.
during the time when he was on.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm just not saying that my friends are dogs, but I have friends.
Yeah.
All right.
Best make that clear, Rico.
Yes. That his friends are not dogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That they're actual human
Yes.
beings.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, that is actually because he's talking about like different. If you live in certain parts of Hong Kong, you're considered rich, which is true because
Yeah.
when you hear people like they live like in the peak or they live in mid levels
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and it's like oh wow they have the, and then but if you live in somewhere else, it's like oh you don't have as much. But anyways, sometimes rich can be like being rich could be objective. And I don't know, but do you guys think that, and there are any responsibilities that goes with being rich? Because not gonna lie, like sometimes when you think about rich people, the first thing that comes to my mind, like if there's responsibilities like foundations, helping society, stuff like that, giving back to, organizations. and I don't know. Sometimes like rich people like all that, right? You know,
Yeah.
doing
I
that.
think it's like kind of related to last week. Is like, yes, if you have a lot of money, you are responsible to manage it and spend it wisely, right? But if you have that much money, then does your responsibility extend beyond you, your family, and then to society as a whole,
Yeah.
right? And I think the answer, for me, the answer to that question is yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter whether you're rich or not.
Yeah.
I think your responsibility extends to beyond
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
society as well, because just as how Jesus loved, we want to love as he did. Now, but let's try to put, so we probably consider ourselves like more like the rich, to be in the category of rich.
Yeah.
So maybe let's just think about this next question. Like, why do you think the rich man seemed to never notice Lazarus and his needs? And in a sense, like, have we been like the rich man as well, where we have not noticed the needs of others? Have we been challenged to give to others as well?
Is it like we said, like that sense of entitlement?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's got all the money, he doesn't need to worry about anything else,
I
or
mean, and-
anyone else for that matter. So
Exactly. It's all about like personal comfort,
Yeah.
right? So why do I need to bother about other people?
Yeah.
Very self-centered.
yeah, Lazarus is not in any way, shape, or form part of his world.
Yeah.
And
Even
so-
though he was just right next.
Yeah, yeah,
To his gate.
Exactly. And so he like kind of just like was all about like, oh yeah, it's about me, but having the best time of my life. And then Lazarus like, please help me, and he's like not there. And so I'm guessing that's the one thing of why he never really noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, have you guys been in situations where you've never noticed the needs of other people?
I think in Hong Kong it's very easy to notice. Like
Yeah.
it's when you walk around on the street, it's there in front
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
But whether
You take action.
you actually do something about it
Yeah.
is the real question.
Yeah, because you hear horror stories of how like that some of the beggars that you see, you act, even though you want to give money to them, you realize actually at the end of the day the money doesn't go to them; it goes to the syndicate
Yeah.
that's behind them, that's putting them around. And so it's just like, are you really giving to them? Or are you giving to like the triads? I mean, I don't know who told me that, but
Well, that's horrific.
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard of that kind of rumor as well. Like there are people where, like I've heard where, like people with missing limbs.
Yeah,
Some of them were like they deliberately.
yeah,
do
exactly,
that,
chopped
stuff
off to
that.
like. So it's like, who am I actually giving to? And then also even near like football club, right? Like the
underpass.
The underpass, you
Yeah.
see like people setting up their homes there, like mattresses set up. Even in like the park in Shamshipo, Namchong Shamshipo, like there's like a huge homeless area there. And I mean I know people who go there to reach out to them, and it's just like wow, like what has, yeah. It's like sometimes I think like the little bit I do isn't even gonna do anything.
Yeah.
So maybe sometimes that's why I don't do anything. Like it just helps them today, but what about tomorrow? Yeah. So maybe in some ways that's how I feel challenged.
Yeah.
If anything, like maybe the little bit that we do does go a long way,
Yeah.
right? Like I think in Matthew, Jesus would say like, oh, the thing that you do for that one person is like how you do it for me. And so, I mean, we may think it's little, but
But also, if we kept asking all these what if questions,
Yeah.
like, what if it's not actually going to them? What
Yeah.
if this? What if that? But it's not true.
yeah.
Then you're stopping yourself from actually helping somebody.
Exactly. And
Right.
again, maybe they may not like maybe they'll just experience like the presence of the Lord, because
Yeah.
we are technically like we bring the presence of the Lord wherever we go, right? And so it maybe just bringing that hope and that joy in that one moment could be could even surpass
Yeah.
getting something material,
Yeah.
a material thing.
Yeah.
But
But I do remember there was one person who mentioned to me like, whenever you're in doubt in giving someone,
just good.
like give them in the area where they need something. So
Yeah.
for example, if you see someone who's, let's say, like begging outside,
Yeah.
instead of giving them money, give them food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more of like them, literally the ones you're helping rather than potentially helping someone else.
Yeah, because John talked about three things, right? Content, compassion, and commission.
Yeah.
So I think we are only able to truly give if we're content,
Yes.
right? Sometimes we see on movies as well, and like how rich people, like they're not content with what they have, and not even just rich, even like the poor people as well. They're not content. They keep like going for it, and then in the end they,
Make mistakes.
like I like what he said. It's being rich is not a problem, but in an attempt to be rich, people make bad choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we see that even in movies, and so yeah, like are we content, right? And out of a place of content, contentment, we are able to kind of give as well. Because if we're not content with what we have, like we're gonna be
Asking for more.
Yeah, we're asking for more, and we're not likely going to be very generous with what we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like what he said, that material blessings are not an indication of God's favor, and poverty is not an indicator of God's curse. Sometimes people tend to equate that with that, like, oh, I've been
Yes.
cursed, that's why I have no money,
Yeah.
I've been blessed, but likewise, like, whoever you are, whatever you have, God still loves you, and God,
Amen.
still blesses you. And so, and then also compassion, we want to love like how Christ did. We want to show compassion how he did, and we cannot say we love Jesus, we don't love how he did, and so how he loves is like basically extending whatever he has with people. And then commission, God wants us to enjoy the blessings he has provided, and but we don't want to let these blessings blind us. Yeah, so I think that's something for you guys to think about as well. As like your time, talent, and resources. What are you doing with it? Are we willing to live how Jesus called us to do, to show compassion and love as he did? What kind of love are we willing to demonstrate? What kind of legacy are we wanting to leave behind? So, feel free to let us know, drop a comment, any questions, any thoughts, observations that you've had, about this sermon as well. Let us know. We would love to hear. It's been quite a insightful conversation.
Yep.
Things that I learned of how money is spent.
And I learned how much a Tesla costs.
Yeah. And I
And
learned,
apparently Pokemon cards.
And Pokemon cards. Yeah.
and also that maybe you should have invested in the real ones when I was younger. Not buy the fake ones. Okay, all right. Anyways, we're done.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining. We'll see you next one. Next time.
Bye.
Bye.